I ain't never made a call to Diddy. I got Diddy's number, just hit him up. Yo, Diddy, what up? Never happened.
He told me to take me shop. I looked at him like, what you just said?
Woo. This is a tight one. And the winner is Eminem, the Eminem Show.
Wait, he didn't just spell the word rapper and leave out a P, did he? Yep.
You guys don't need to worry about me getting revenge from Diddy. I've got 3 moves that make sure he'll never be able to come after me or my family. First, I personally reached out to the victims' legal teams. The real reason he's not getting out is those buried cases behind the scenes. I provided legal funding for 7 victims who had been silent for years and brought in the top criminal attorneys in the country. Second, I bought up every potential post-release business deal he had lined up. I planned this 2 years in advance, so by the time he got sentenced and still had hope of getting out, every partner had already cut ties with him. Third, I don't just have evidence, I've got backups. This is an entire minefield that's been buried for 20 years. I uncovered every secret from the last 30 years. With testimonies from the victims, we interviewed over a dozen people he tricked, threatened, or violated. You think that's harsh? No, he destroyed other people's lives for decades. I'm just making sure he spends a few extra years in prison for it. I'm not afraid of his people, not afraid of his threats. I know he's still in there fantasizing about a comeback, but the truth is, he's never coming back.
That's why I don't be going to them puppy parties. They can hug you from the front and the back at the same time. What the fuck you talking about? Look, if you into that, I'm fine with it. To each his own. I'm just saying this ain't my kind of party. I like it. It's uncomfortable. I think I belong in the girls' bathroom. Like that is good.
The reason why their groups are so close is because all of them have a certain type of STD. I think they all got the alphabet. Now, bear with me, guys, because I'm not even trying to cap. I looked at it like this. You know they're not using condoms, right? So if you're in a party not using condoms, it ain't like you could catch something twice, right? You know, so if you already got something, ain't like you can catch it again. So I believe, one of my theories is that these people at these Diddy parties were so close because they all had STDs.
I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participate. So
was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what was going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that. All of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal.
For decades, hip-hop has been driven by larger-than-life personalities, heated rivalries, and hidden secrets that eventually spill into the spotlight. Among the most visible and long-running feuds is the tension between 50 Cent and Diddy. What started as quiet competition between 2 New York heavyweights slowly turned into nearly 2 decades of open hostility, with 50 Cent frequently taking public shots at Diddy whenever the chance arose. Music. In recent years, however, this rivalry has moved far beyond jokes, and online trolling. 50 Cent has claimed to possess insider knowledge about what allegedly happened at Diddy's infamous private parties. According to him, several high-profile celebrities were involved, and his statements sent shockwaves through the music industry. His comments reignited old tensions and sparked intense public debate. Laus, in this breakdown, we'll explore how their feud began, what 50 Cent has revealed about Diddy's extravagant lifestyle, and how he eventually pointed fingers at a list of celebrities rumored to have attended those exclusive events. The roots of this conflict trace back to the early 2000s. At the time, 50 Cent was recovering from being shot 9 times and had just been dropped by his record label. Struggling to survive, he turned to ghostwriting to make ends meet. Later, 50 revealed that one of his ghostwritten verses was performed by Diddy on GDP's track, Let's Get It. Although the 2 artists never worked together directly, this connection placed them in the same circle. From that moment on, their relationship remained distant and uneasy, quietly setting the stage for years of tension that would eventually explode in public view.
And you're living after being shot 9 times.
I don't know what the criteria are for street credibility. Or
That's
if
it.
If there's something that creates more merit for you. I looked at that experience as something that was unfortunate that I had to.
I forget, why did the guy shoot you 9 times? Was it drugs or something?
It was paid to do it.
He was paid to do it.
Yeah.
Who would want to
Why
shoot
were you targeted?
You're such a good guy.
It's my past.
It was a drug thing,
No,
like a
just-
business thing.
Karma.
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 Explain to me again why this guy was hired to shoot you 9 times.
Well, you was paid because someone, felt like that I would potentially do something to them if they kept going in the direction that they were going.
Man, you are tough.
What are you talking about?
The fact that somebody put out a hit on him because he was going to f somebody up? What kind of shit is that? That's crazy.
What is this all over?
I don't know.
It's difficult to explain, Robin, because you're not actually in the environment or involved in
Just
You can explain it to me.
Explain it. We'll see if we can follow it.
Nah, man, it's just,
What happened? What had you?
it's so tough.
You were pissed off at someone and you were going after them. What were you pissed off about?
Nah, we was just having differences.
Oh, like over what? A woman?
Nah,
No
just
way.
going back and forth. Like a guy got robbed in the actual neighborhood.
And he accused you of robbing.
Nah, he just seen me communicating with someone who actually
robbed him.
And he misinterpreted the conversation because he seen me laughing and us talking, but he didn't know I grew up with the guy.
You're talking to a guy who you don't even know up this other guy.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden they think you're in cahoots with this guy.
Yeah, because you see you laughing and talking, they figure you laughing and talking about them.
Pain-wise, how bad is it to get shot in the face?
Probably... I don't know how to describe that outside of...
Is it a 10 on the pain scale?
It's not really like... Because it's not as painful as having to visit the dentist repeatedly for root canal.
Really? Do you think you're dead at that point when you take 9 bullets? Do you go, oh, this is it, I'm checking out?
Well, it's a life-threatening situation. It's just not... I've seen people going to the hospital under circumstances that were way less intense and not come out.
Yeah, it's a miracle you lived. Did you think you were like Jesus had saved you or something? Like, did you have a religious?
Where were all these bullets?
Oh yeah, you have those moments where you get a little closer connection to your higher power because you kind of don't have an answer.
But where were all these bullets? Because if you're shot 9 times and you live, it probably didn't hit anything important.
Meanwhile, how lame is this guy who shot you?
Everything's important, Robin. Everything's important.
But 50, how lame is this guy?
You in one of your unimportant areas, Robin.
Yeah, right. What's an unimportant area? You're right.
What the?
Oh yeah, he shot you in unimportant areas.
I'm talking medically.
But it's amazing your face isn't scarred from getting shot in the face, right?
I got the little dimple.
Oh, is that what?
By 2002, 50 Cent was quickly emerging as one of hip-hop's most fearless and unapologetic voices, never hesitating to challenge anyone who stood in his way. Music during this rise, Diddy became one of his favorite targets. But this wasn't just about rivalry or competition. There was a deep sense of distrust behind 50's words. Rather than staying silent, 50 Cent embraced the tension. He took to Instagram, interviews, and even his own television platforms to openly mock and criticize Diddy. Sometimes his jabs sounded playful on the surface, but more often they carried serious implications. He questioned Diddy's behavior, ridiculed his public image, and repeatedly highlighted what he saw as contradictions between the persona Diddy presented to the world and the person he believed existed behind the scenes.
And it's like all of Puff's problems are coming from the ministers touching little boys. What you mean? The laws are the way they are because
Because of the priests.
The priests touching little boys.
Yeah. Oh. Why are we looking at me, bro? I just go to church. I just go to church, right? I have nothing to do with this. I have an alibi.
That's why the Lord's allowing you to go that far back.
Turn away from you right now. I'm just a Catholic kid. Come on. You've been diddled, dude. No. What's the body of Christ taste like? It's sacrilegious. You can't do that.
He's like, yo, drink my blood.
Yo. So it is crazy when after 20 years they come out. That is foul.
But with Puffy, you were the only one saying anything for decades.
Yeah, because we had our own little thing.
But you were the only. Everybody else is scared.
Huh?
But everybody else is scared. So you think maybe this is a similar thing where everybody else is scared? I don't know what it is. I'm just asking.
I think they're scared.
But if they're scared, then that's what I'm thinking.
Insinuating Jay-Z a little bit.
Yeah.
Like you've been saying
people gonna come for him a little bit.
No, I thought he would do funny, funky stuff like the Super Bowl. Like it was not okay for me to be at the Super Bowl.
Oh, he tried to cut that.
Yeah, he didn't want me to. Well, they worked to make like there was an issue with me in the NFL that doesn't exist.
So he did the corporate way of trying to keep you down. Oh, it's not me, it's them.
It's them. And then when M says he's not gonna do it if I'm not there, then
let's go.
Yeah.
That's what's your and Jay's issue?
It's just competitive stuff.
It's really just competitive.
This is what I'm saying. When it gets past actual art, like actual music, and you're trying to block something that's in business, then it feels weird. It feels like we should be having beef.
Oh,
okay.
So that's the behind the scenes thing that we don't see. It's one thing when there's like people talking about each other in music, but there's behind the scenes business deals that a guy is getting involved with on the side, and it's not like you're going to go public and be like, they tried to stop my vitamin water.
This deal, and you go, he said that to you, like,
wow.
Like they'll speak to your temperament, like say, you know, 50's a little crazy. He'll say anything. You see what saying anything did to Kanye.
So they're trying. He's basically trying to scare people out of doing it.
He later revealed plans for a full documentary series focused entirely on 50 Cent music and his long-running conflict with Diddy, along with the growing list of allegations surrounding him. This wasn't just another attention-grabbing social media stunt. It was a carefully structured project designed to expose what he claimed was the hidden side of one of the most powerful figures in the music industry. By May, 50 Cent had already sold the rights to Netflix, ensuring that the story would reach a massive global audience and turn his claims into a worldwide conversation.
Thank you. Now let's get to a few of this morning's other big headlines.
Starting with a bombshell announcement amid the mounting lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs, Houston rapper 50 Cent announced yesterday that he's the executive producer of a docuseries about the assault and allegations against Combs. The series will also discuss trafficking and racketeering charges Combs is facing. The series is expected to make a premiere on Netflix, but a date has not yet been set.
So you have something huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy.
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what's going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal. You go into the 90s, and PPD said he paid him to kill Tupac.
Yeah.
So look, like, you get the craziest accusations. You had TMZ created a docuseries. They went to Tubi, but the series is saying the downfall of Diddy.
You're one of the first persons in entertainment that really call out people and kind of have that authority in that to be able to call people out. I mean, which is pretty amazing. You're kind of, in some ways, draining the swamp of Hollywood.
I don't have a support system. I don't have a support system of peer group of artists that I require to do what I'm doing. I've had to be on my own from the beginning. So I don't necessarily have a responsibility to behave a certain way according to them. And if I didn't have an award-winning director doing it, if I hadn't put the right people in place to produce it properly, I would understand why they would question or doubt anything.
Let me ask you this: do you think she knew what he was doing?
I believe she knew he was doing the freak offs, but do I believe she knew he was allocating different monies to different places and which way it was going, which offshore accounts, which Swiss banks accounts, and all this shit was going in? Nah. I think she just was enjoying the fruits of the labor.
But why you believe she knew about the freakos?
Because one of the witnesses said she was there. And do you remember this, bro? Check it out. People tell off on themselves so much, man, and I don't understand when people don't catch it. Diddy has said this. He said, when I give a party, I have to have an ambulance outside of the house. Paramedics ready. That people have to take IVs. Remember the time that him and his mama kissed each other on the lips?
Yeah, I remember that video.
Do you remember that both of them was getting the IV at the same time?
Yeah, I did notice that, bro.
That's from the Diddy Freak Off party. And I'm gonna say allegedly.
So let me ask you this. You knowing her at that thing, you knowing her personally, is she the kind of person that, will be a part of a freak off thing?
I think that she liked to party, and she party with young people. She's always been like that.
But to get back to this lawsuit, right? Lil Rod, he also alleges that, Diddy, he would grope his genitals and he would grope his anus.
My man, I didn't understand that one right now because his anus is your asshole. His genitals is his nut. So I guess he had to be naked when Puff was doing that. Where was he at? What was he doing? Because he said that they never had. So if you read it in the thing, they never had. He made claims that they never had. But how would he grope your anus? Your asshole? How would he play with your genitals?
Yeah, it don't make sense. I mean,
it don't make sense. How you wake up butt the F naked with two other men in the bed with Diddy and nothing happened? I think he was just trying to save face, man.
But do you think it's a possibility that he meant that, Diddy will grope his, butt, instead of anus? I mean, because I'm trying to figure out how does that work, somebody groping your anus.
You gonna say your butt. The lawyer would say, what do you mean? He would say, my butt cheeks. There's a such thing called butt cheeks. Your two cheeks. He said anus. The anus is the asshole. How did he get that far? Lil Rod, you gotta say no to Diddy something. No, that shit ain't funny, man. But you gotta say no.
So from you reading the lawsuit, right, you feel like he had relations with Diddy?
When me being a former investigator, I think Lil Rod was trying to save face on certain things, that he had somewhat of a relationship or he was doing some things with Diddy that he didn't want to really come out in that fashion. Because there's no way that he gonna wake up and his anus is hurting and his genitals is all over the place and he's in the bed after being drunk or drugged and saying nothing happened. And you think that Diddy gonna be in the bed with 3 other men and nothing happened? It doesn't sound logical. If we're reading and believing what he said in those papers. If you woke up in bed and you was drunk or intoxicated on ecstasy, on whatever drugs that they put in there, roofied you or whatever, and you not feeling right, something is wrong. Wouldn't you say? Something is wrong. He didn't say, we woke up with all my clothes. He said, we woke up butt the F naked.
For now, the situation remains unresolved. Still, 50 Cent continues to insist that a list exists and that he will make sure it eventually comes to light. When Diddy's trial concluded, he was cleared of the most serious charges, including racketeering and trafficking. However, he was found guilty of transporting women for prostitution. That verdict alone confirmed that at least some of the long-standing rumors surrounding his private life were rooted in truth. For 50 Cent, this moment marked a major turning point. He didn't simply mock Diddy over the court's decision. Instead, He framed the verdict as proof that the mogul's lifestyle was built on exploitation and deception. In his view, the outcome reinforced the claims he had been hinting at for years and strengthened his belief that the full story had yet to be revealed.
The violation I have experienced during the assault has had lasting effects on my body, causing ongoing health problems and complications. The combination of physical and emotional pain has created a cycle of suffering from which it is so hard to break free. I want to continue on this journey towards recovery and healing. I'm glad that he is locked up, but that a temporary feeling of relief